My name is Teah Pearl. I am 25 from Columbus, Ohio. Currently residing in Hyattsville, Maryland. I am a singer, songwriter, as well as now I'm newly a student again, back in school, along with a self-taught chef.
I need a man who will take care of me.
My earliest memory in music would absolutely have to be when I was a toddler at my grandma's church. Me, my sister, and my cousins, we used to sing. It was a very small church, so my grandma was the pastor, and we used to have talent days, or just days where all the kids would come up and we would perform our little songs together. So yeah, those are definitely my earliest memories with music at my grandma's church. My mom played the piano there, so just always around a lot of music. I really didn't listen to R&B or anything like that on my own until I got to high school. So back then it was all Mary Mary and Yolanda Adams and Vicki Winans, Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond. I grew up listening to gospel only. They didn't play any R&B in the house. My grandma didn't play that. So it was definitely gospel. That's my roots. That's my base, 100%. For me, it really started when I was about to graduate high school. I was deciding on what I wanted to major on in school, and I was trying to decide, to pick between something practical and do chemistry. And then I was you know what, I'm not doing that. I want to do music. So I just majored in music. And then ever since I got here and, started meeting older people who really pursued their music careers, it became something that I knew that I could do on my own. So I just started once I started interacting with some of my classmates and peers who were gigging out here, and they introduced me to producers and things like that, I was oh yeah, I'm about to do this for real. So definitely a huge network of just, they were my friends first, but then we musicians, producers, engineers, other singers and songwriters and stuff, and just a huge network of people that I met just by deciding to pick my passion as a major. A part of the huge reason why I met so many people in music, but I am a part of Sigma Alpha Iota International Music Fraternity for Women at the Delta Nu chapter. That was the last semester that I was actually in school. I joined Sigma Alpha Iota, and from then on, I definitely, that's how I met my producer. My engineer is also in Phi Mu Alpha, and half of the people who I always have sing background for me are always SAI. It's a huge network of connections and just dope musicians, for real. To be honest, most of it, I would say most of my writing is kind of I don't think I've ever written a song that was inspired by a single event. All of them are usually a summary of things in that category, something like that. Hold On, my most recent single, that wasn't about anyone. That was just about how I feel in general about heartbreak and relationships, and if I was in that situation, this is what I would say, and that's how it would come out. It's usually me putting myself in somebody else's shoes, going to another place, kind of like acting. Joy is definitely one of the things that inspires me. I like to be happy. I like to laugh. I like to share laughs. I like to do silly shit. Joy is one of my top things that inspires me, for sure. Love Story is literally a story in sequence. Every song, it starts out with the intro. She's what is love? What am I looking for? And then Energy's the next song. This is what I need to look for in a man. This is what I want in a man. Clouds, I got that nigga. I'm in love now. That's what that is. Then Stay is he acting funny. What the fuck is going on in the relationship? Why you ain't been here? 5, YOTA, he ain't been there because that nigga all them, he's out here doing whatever fuck he want. So now you gotta leave that nigga alone. That's fire. That's the end of it. The lesson you learn in that love story. Simple, some shit that we've all, like as women and men, that we've all like basically experienced. Like that's like the cycle a lot of us have all gone through. We like, okay, I want something. This is what I want. Okay, I got it. I'm happy. All right, I'm not happy no more. All right, what lesson did I learn from it? You know, it took a year from the time I started, like me and Joe started producing the tracks to actually like, you know, cutting the whole project. For real, like I've been writing songs for years. I had started writing songs like when I was about to graduate from high school, like my last year. I had just been writing. And I was like, I told myself, you know, I'm writing these songs. One day I'm going to use them. I had written like 4 out of the 6 songs that was on Love Story had already been written. Stay is like the 4th song on the project. I wrote that song when I was a freshman in college. So it really just came down to me going through my songs, and I was like, I'm about to take my music that I've already written and turn it into something, because I just got to get this shit out. So I just wrote a list of all the songs I had written, and I was like putting stuff together, and I was like, what sounds do I want to put out first? So like, what is going to be like the basis and foundation of my sound? So that's kind of how I put it together. And I was like, what do I want? I developed the concept. I'm like, I want this shit to be a love story. Because I had Clouds and I had Energy already, and I had Stay already. So I was like, yeah, I'm about to just, you know, make this concept and put it together. Like as an artist, as a person who is like the artist, you are putting way more money into it than what you get out of it. Like everything, when I add up all the money I spent on creating Love Story, and then I look at my stream sales, it's not mathing. The maths ain't mathing. So, so it's just like, you know, we really like doing this. Like we invest a lot of money into equipment, into the sound, producing this art, and a lot of times, like people look at it as something that is not of value, because art is supposed to be for your enjoyment. But it's like, no. Pay us. Pay me. We got to pay for everything else. Like I have to pay the engineers, my manager, background singers, the band, anybody else who's doing something, graphic designers, everything. I got to pay for everything. So, you know, the shit takes dedication, and it takes time, and you really gotta want to do it in order to be investing all this money, because like the majority of singers, you know, like we talk about the industry, we talk about like celebrities and people who are like, you know, on the A-list, but there are people who are out here doing the groundwork. Like they're singers too, they're artists as well. They just, you know, don't have the same resources. So it's like, put some respect on everybody and not just celebrities. Searching. So Greg Owens is one of my colleagues from Columbus. So he also has an amazing project out called Eclectic Soul. And when I listened to his music, we had been cool. We have like the same network of friends. I had moved back home for like 10 months. So, you know, we'd already been talking like we definitely got to work together. So we went and we wrote the song, recorded it, and, you know, made the edits and bounced it out. Like it fell together pretty nicely. We're kind of like the same type of artist. So, you know, he's also a musician as well. So he kind of understands where I be coming from. So, you know, it was just us finally being at home. He has his own studio and stuff. So we just recorded it there. So Moonlight is like, I guess technically Moonlight would be my favorite feature. That's with one of my best friends, like Ken Soul. That is my A1 since day one. He started his career this year, and we've been working together, me doing some backgrounds and just other stuff with him in the studio. And we were in there one day, and he had already actually started the song. Like he already had the beat and stuff. And we were working on some more tracks and shit. And I came on, and I was like, what is this? What you doing with this? Like, I'm trying to get on this. I'm trying to get on this, okay? And I literally wrote my verse right there on the spot. I just felt it. It was just perfect vibes. Like, I don't know. That's you. The most of the time, whenever I just like, whenever it leaks out of my pen, like it just flows. Like those are always my best lyrics. Like always. I am dropping my first music video this year. To hold on, so be on the lookout for that. More singles on the way, and me and Kenso will also be dropping more music together. So check me out, okay?